Hey everybody, welcome back to some more No Man's Sky. This is like another no commentary session, but hopefully in the next installments I will be doing live commentary, as I believe like moving forward it would be better doing live as opposed to commentary, just because of how like intense and how massive this game is. Like there's so much to do when you're doing missions, from collecting resources to like exploring. I just feel like there's so much that I can do just with live commentary rather than doing it post. But I might throw it up and mix the two up, if that makes sense. So you get a bit of live commentary with a bit of post commentary covering certain exploration bits, just to fill in any context where needed. So in the last episode we made our first flight, our first interstellar flight, and we touched down on a new planet, which is this one right now. And our main objective is to find out where this signal is coming from, and hopefully it will lead us to the person who is leaving them, which is kind of good. It's a great introduction that we would need to get started in this world. I'm guessing there will be more side quests to pick up along the way, but this is a great way to get introduced to the game, where you're just following this ghost trail and you have to essentially build your base, learn all these essential survival skills before you get there. And this was a lot of it. So the original record time was 2 hours, and I managed to clip it down to a nice small episode for you. So there was a lot of grinding, a lot of exploring to do. Not massives, but what I've learned from many RPG games that I played, you want to collect everything, and the storage system in this game reminds me of a lot like Skyrim, where you will get some periods where you'll just be too stacked, and then you have to go back to your ship to deposit most of the stuff or sell them or increase your storage. So that's pretty good. I really love that. It keeps the game more entertaining. I can see why people have thousands of hours on this. So right now I made a new weapon which pretty much mines the ground, and this is essentially what I would need to get secret items like these that will help me obtain new blueprints. So a lot of things will be underground. You got to really use your equipment wisely to scavenge every planet you can. I don't know how big planets will get. I don't know whether you can get small ones. I don't know if each one has different environments to look into. Like, I'm guessing different environments, but I don't know what resources each planet will have. But apparently it's all random generated, so hopefully we can explore as many planets as possible. So the main objective in this one is to build our first base. So we don't actually leave the planet, we're just building the first base, and we managed to activate this outpost, and I chose that location for my first base. But in order to get started we have to build other things to help towards that base, because it's part of the objective. So we have to get copper, and luckily with the new weapon that we managed to get, it actually works out very well to get resources like copper. But again, if you try and use it on other things, it won't subtract that material, so you'll have to switch between this and the laser for certain objects. But for getting certain things like this weapon is needed. Again, I'm not great at remembering the names of the guns, so I will try to remember in future. I'll get them listed down, but for now I'm just calling them as what it is. But we got a portable refiner, we also got to build a base computer, we also got to build a generator and a portal which will be used against the space station. So once we have built most of all these, then it's time for us to leave the planet. But for now we just got to make sure we have the necessities in order to build it. So right now I'm just creating like carbon, just creating certain materials to help me. The next one we have to put in is the copper, which I put in the wrong thing at the start. That's why we're making carbon. But then we got copper, which says in the bottom right corner, it tells you how many we need. So you can stop once you've gotten the rest, or you can create more. It's up to you. Again, also found these nice little spots for sodium, so managed to collect them. And we also got a milestone, first one. Travelled 8,000 U. I'm guessing that's footsteps. I want to say that's footsteps. I could be wrong. I also found that as well, you can earn money through scanning certain environments, so scanning stuff with your goggles does actually pay off. So I will spend a lot of time just exploring and like marking everything just for those extra credits. Obviously it's a one-time thing for the newly discovered, but again, it's pretty self-sustainable. This building over here, this is very great because I don't know what these parts will be used for, but I definitely found an underground building from an old, and probably an old structure many thousands of years ago, but some great resources. So again, exploring is rewarding, but it takes a lot of time. So while I'm planning out my journey, I think some days will just be exploring, while others will be progression. And I think you got to really balance the two out. This game isn't like you can do it all in one setting. I'm guessing there is an end, but from what I've learned from playing in this episode and the last, is that you'll get some periods where you just want to grind for 3 hours, explore, and get every resources, and then spend about 30 minutes doing the objective that you have enough resources for. Like right now, I didn't know what the hell was going on in this scene because I'm having a battle with some bots, some central security system, and I believe it was activated when I was doing something when I was stolen that spear. So I thought I could fight him, but I was losing too much health, so I decided to run. And then the sentinel searching counter goes down to when they give up. I'm guessing I had like a weak weapon and I need to upgrade it, so I don't want to waste too much. And that's another thing with the weapons that I love, is that they recharge. So you have to keep replenishing them, so when your laser runs out, you then have to recharge it in order to reuse it. So it keeps you active to grind, so you know to go out there and search for things. But now that we've activated our base with the computer, we can now claim this area. And I do later name it, so that will come towards the end, so you can name your base, but I think for now you want to establish your base. So building is the next phase that you can do. But the thing with building is I find it very awkward. The best way to describe it is like playing Fortnite, trying to build with Fortnite, but it's more like Fallout layout design, if that makes sense. So it's the same similar concept of like placing stuff, but trying to get to the panel and navigate around it is very confusing the first time because there's a lot of information on screen. Mostly when I play these type of games for console, it's mostly like they designed it for PC and they just warped the port for console around it. So I started with the normal like 4 square base just on the ground, and I thought I could remove that piece of like shipwreck like from the Star Cruiser that was just shipwreck there. I thought I could remove it. Apparently I can't. But I got another milestone. Drifter travelled 10 KS. I have no idea what the KS stands for, but I'll take it. And I wanted to fit a door in there, but obviously it didn't really work the design, so I got rid of the panels, added 2 new walls in, and then a front door. It's not the best house, but it's what I wanted to do in such short notice. I don't want to spend too much time building a house. I got a sunroof, so that makes up for it. But I didn't want to spend too much time making it this massive palace. I didn't have the resources, so something small like this is great for a starter base, and it's just a lineup. This is what I mean. Like it doesn't feel natural doing it in this game, but I think the more I use it, the more I might get better at it. And now it's just like decorated inside. So I had a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, it is very like it's grinding, but it's addictive at the same time. Like I could feel myself coming back to this game constantly because of the certain stuff that I can do, and just adding new stuff to my base, getting new equipment builds done. You can also tame as well, which I want to do in the future, but I put a flag outside so people know this is my turf and not the mess with it. But I'm really, so far, I think it's come out perfectly the way I wanted it. We got our equipment indoors, which protects us from the environment outside, and that's a really good thing. Because the one thing I hate is that sometimes when you're exploring, you immediately get the harsh terrain, and if you can't find a cave system, you just keep on replenishing your health, your hazard, and it's just ridiculous. Now that we got the gun where we can dig down, we can at least have some protection in a cave, but it's not perfect. It still leaves us waiting ages until we can actually get somewhere, but it's better than just having to replenish. So again, the harsh environments are another thing to take consideration for on a planet, because you can't really spend 3 hours exploring without running into a storm about one or twice. I've encountered 2 of them so far, and I think there's on this planet, which don't get shown a lot. I think there was like 1 storm on the last planet that we were on, which is a shame because I forgot the name of the last planet that we were on. So I was thinking of going back there at some point and establishing a base there, because it was our origin planet. But sadly I forgot what the planet was called. But it's no big deal. I could probably just find another planet and call that my origin planet. No one's going to know the difference. It's a planet. I forget what I'm building here now, because it's post-commentary, so it's been a while. By the time I edited it down and talked about it, I forget what I'm building. I know in the bottom corner it actually tells you. Am I building a... Am I? Oh, I'm building a workstation, like a research unit. I forgot about this. So earlier when we dug down, we found those hidden compartments. Those systems were used to unlock blueprints, so we were able to use them to unlock certain research structures and stuff like that. So this is the chart essentially, and it's the base teleport model that we want with a generator. So the biofuel, which will power it, that's a must-have. So you can also get wires, which is definitely free, which you have to unlock on the build. So definitely do that. But the rest of the things we will have to come back to later and grind them. But for right now, we're building the base teleport, because in the next episode we will go and activate the 2 links, so that way we can link up our base teleporter to a space station, because that's essentially where we have to end up. We're still following the signal. I have no idea if the signal leads anywhere, but we're getting somewhere, at least we're progressing. And if you're wondering what system I'm playing on the Xbox Series X. If you guys do want to add me, you can see my name in the menu, in the inventory menu, Marvin Mark. You can add me. I don't always respond, as when I do playing, I like to appear offline, because I'm either recording constantly or I'm doing a weird grind where I spend 3 hours off camera just gathering resources was done in the fast. But I will say this is definitely a good step up. I know this game had a lot of criticism when it first came out. A lot of people were saying it's not that great, like it was broken. But I feel like now they did a really great job, and I do love it. It's one of those games you can come back to and don't have to worry whether you forget the controls, because it's all basic, it's all self-explanatory, and it actually explains what things you would need to unlock certain equipment. So even if you forget, the building perks are there, so it helps you, and that's what I love. So I can spend ages on this game in my spare time, and I do. I want to make this into a progressive series onto my channel. I was going to post this on my gaming channel, but I thought, as it's not a let's play, as there's no technically any end, and I just really want to post this for fun, this is going to go on my Mark Marsh channel and have it as a series ongoing for you guys, just that bit of gaming content. But our portal link is now activated, so all we got to do in the next episode is go to the space station and connect the links up, so that way we can then just teleport there, rather than, you know, flying there, wasting fuel. And you can essentially link up other teleporters to other bases and just save a lot of fast travel. So yeah, there's benefits, but you have to power them up as well. I don't know if both ends have to be powered up to use them, so it could be an issue if one powers down, you're screwed essentially. But you go back to the main computer once you've built all of this stuff, and it will tell you where you need to go is the space station. So next time we will take on the space station. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed the series so far. The first part was no commentary, but this time going forward there will be commentary. I know it's a bit awkward, but yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Remember to comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Until then, take care.